Good morning and welcome to America's Web Radio. And today we have a super guest on. Whoops, wait a second. Hold it. You're not supposed to be talking right now. My goodness. My guy Brett got on me the other day because I use the expression, sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you. And this was one of those mornings that I really could have used 4 hands as opposed to just two. But we got it going, and we're glad to have you listening in. And by the way, we understand that we knew we had an audience in the UK, but we want to give a shout out to the UK. We didn't realize that we were quite as big as we are over there, but so we're glad to have all of our cousins listening in from the UK. With that being said, our special guest today, we're going to be talking antique trucks, and we've got Michael Yarnell on the phone with us. And Michael, welcome to the Classic Car Show on America's Web Radio. Well, you're quite welcome. We got Steve Rinaldo here and Mr. Jim Weber.
Morning, Mike. I have a question just right out of the chute. Are you affiliated with the museum in Boyertown? Okay. Okay. Well, because we interviewed someone there probably a couple of years ago.
From the museum.
Yeah, and we got to talking about Boyertown truck bodies and Reading truck bodies and all that. And that's probably part of your interest in your club.
Where is Boyertown anyway? What's Oh, on the south side, south of the. Oh, so you don't have a long ride to Hershey every year like I do. God, wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, wouldn't that? Yeah.
And a place to go home to at night too.
Yeah. Well, and you're close to Macungie too, so.
Yeah. One of the standing comments or jokes about the antique car hobby in Pennsylvania with people that live there is, if you leave that state with your old car, you don't fall off the edge.
Yeah. Michael, what are your parameters for the show that you do? How old, how big, how small, how anything?
You have really seen a resurgence in old pickup trucks too, and that market has just skyrocketed lately.
That's very true. There are a lot of people interested in pickup trucks, even in the 80s now.
Oh, that's great. And you've kept it in the family. Uh, what do those guys do with those rigs? And some of them have $25,000 worth of chrome on them.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
there's a guy somewhere in Pennsylvania. We've been to his place several times. It has buildings, mostly big trucks, and he's hosted tours, and we've stopped on the way for lunch and stuff. I can't think of the guy's name, but he's got a huge place, and they're all big trucks.
Huh.
That sounds like it might be, but he's got a prison hauler truck and all kinds of cool stuff in there, and
Wow.
it's really really a big place. You got several buildings and stuff. Maybe that is the guy. But now I can't remember. I thought it was in Pennsylvania, but we've been there several times. I do a lot of antique car tours, and that guy's a stop when we're in his neighborhood. He always hosts lunch there. Yeah, big cars, big trucks. I mean, big trucks.
I'm curious. Do you have many of the old milk trucks with the where they'd plug in and they'd refrigerate the truck itself or the body, and then go out, deliver their milk, come back, plug it in, and do their route tomorrow?
Divco.
And drink milk?
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Now, are there a lot of Mack trucks there? Because Mack truck was based and in fact built in Allentown. Do you see a lot of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones I like are those. I don't know, the real wild looking pickup trucks. Studebaker had one,
Well, and Chevy had one,
Yeah.
the Fleet Side.
and Hudson had
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Real wild
And
looking
Nash
trucks.
had one.
Nash had a pickup.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, and really wild looking
Yeah.
front ends. Yeah.
And the old international pickups?
Yeah. Well, and then yeah. Yeah, the early days of the Ranchero and the El Camino type thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. How big is the antique truck club? How many members? And growing, I'm sure.
Wow. Yeah.
Those guys are really, really into old cars and trucks and stuff. Australia is just a hotbed of stuff.
There. Right. Holy smoke. Yeah,
That's pretty
That's
weird.
got to be a picture.
it is. Oh, it is. Yeah. And the rhubars are huge on the front of those trucks.
The what?
Rhubars, kangaroo bars.
Oh.
They call them rhubars.
Why not?
Yeah.
And if
Okay, and let me ask, who here knows what headache bars are?
That's a tavern down the street.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Do you know Michael? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, the ones
And
that
then
go over
the other
truck.
thing that
Yeah.
I've got to comment on is your all's ad in the AACA magazine, and I love this. And I asked the young lady that I was talking to yesterday about it, but I wonder. I know the three of us sitting here know the term, and I know you know the term, but I'm wondering how many people. I bet there's not 10% of the people, and probably maybe the number would be better, probably 60-70% of the people that are listening right now will know the term. But I loved it, and I hadn't even thought about it for years and years, but the term double clutching.
Oh, double clutch?
Yeah, I still do it.
Yeah, I have to. The new car I got, I have to double clutch.
Well, it's got synchro and everything. But
Second is, it's better.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering how many people could jump in a standard shift car and drive it. Yeah, the good old days. You know, I had fun double clutching. You know, and it was just.
Well, I don't think it's fun. I mean,
Well, no, but
it's not a thrill.
It gave you something to do. You didn't have a computer in your cab with you telling you where to go. You just got to play a little bit.
We still do it with the Model A.
Yeah. Well, I just need to get them on late, I guess.
Yeah.
But your left foot gets a shock when it slams against the footboard, huh?
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
with the new cars with the push button start. I get it in the Dodge.
Oh.
That's push button, and you don't need to take the keys out. Then I get in the other car and keep looking for the damn button. And the
Yeah.
keys are in my pocket, and I can't find that. You know.
Well, what do they call that? The millennial theft device? You
I
can't
think it's
drive-
called old age.
No, the millennial theft device is a manual transmission car that
Oh.
can't
Yeah,
steal.
you hear that all the time on the news. It just happened this past week that this lady got was at a gas station and somebody's carjacked her, had with a gun, and the guy in the store called 911, and the kid couldn't drive because it was
Yeah.
a standard shift car.
Yeah.
With that being said, let people think about it. We're going to take our first break. We're here with Michael Yarnell from the Antique Truck Club of America. Michael, hang in there. We'll be right back with you.
Did you hear about the one woman that got carjacked and she was pulling hose out and she sprayed the kid with gasoline.
Just throw a match at him?
No,
Should have.
she should have, I know, but he ran off. Can you imagine that? I would have. You would have thought or hoped that someone would have splashed up against the converter and caught fire or something. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
No, this Moss box, it's easier to get into second gear if you double clutch it.
Why?
I don't know. I have to ask the
Michael.
gearbox that.
Is there anything particular that you
That doesn't
wanted
make sense.
us to ask, or
I don't know what a Moss.
Are we
box
doing
is.
okay with you?
We're doing MG.
The Moss gearbox is the gearbox.
Hey. okay? Okay, and what about, do you give military any discount or anything like that? Okay. Okay, well, we'll be coming back very shortly, okay? Okay, here we go.
You've never had a pickup truck, have you?
Okay, we're back on the Classic Car Show, and
What
we
would I do
have
with it?
Mr. Michael Yarnell on from the Antique Truck Club of America. And Michael, we're very glad to have you here with us today and finding out a little bit more about trucks and
Yeah.
double clutching and
Yeah, well.
dues.
I mean, all you have to do is go to Texas or here in Atlanta. There's all these old geezers
Oh,
that
yeah.
never put anything in the bed of a truck, and they're driving these.
I like the ones with the shiny hitch ball that's so polished.
Yeah, yeah. They've never put anything in them.
When I was farming, and obviously I had a couple of different pickups, but one of the neatest things I had was I had a custom bumper, and the custom bumper had a custom trailer hitch on it that would pull out about a foot from the bumper to hook up my cotton trailers, because if it was hard to get them exactly right. So that gave me about a foot of play and then all you do is back up, and it had a V on it, and it would click into place, and you'd be off and running. But
Wow.
it was great because you could kill yourself jumping in and out of the cab trying to get it just right to hook up a cotton trailer. And a full cotton trailer, this boy ain't moving.
Now like with my tow vehicle with the backup camera, it's pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Boy, we didn't have no
Yeah, I know.
cameras back
No, it's pretty
then.
easy. It's
We barely had bumpers, but
Yeah.
we had good ones.
Mike, when you go to a show, I assume you judge in classes, don't you?
good for you.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Now, but do you put it? I mean, do you group them? Like, do you group quarter-ton pickups, half-ton pickups, Class 8 rigs, stuff like that, or do you just kind of display them all randomly? Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah, they go where they want.
Yeah.
How about military? How about military vehicles?
The, the old Dodge Power Wagon.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
With that being said, do you get many of them? My uncle had a couple of them on his ranch, and one of them was the Dodge Power Wagon dump truck.
Yeah.
Do y'all get very many of those? Because
Yeah, it's a work
Yeah.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a work vehicle, of course. That's
Yeah.
what it's there for.
Yeah. No. I'm with you. I've done a lot of work with International Harvester, and I've been in a lot of dealerships, and I look in the back of the shop, and there aren't any anymore. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, how about parts? I've restored a lot of cars in my time. And what about parts suppliers for the truck hobby? That's always a big question in the car end of this as well. If I were to buy, some obscure name car like a Durant, where am I going to find pieces as opposed to a Model A Ford or a Chevy Confederate sedan?
Michael, if I'm going to start a story, and I would appreciate it if you'd finish it or fill in the blank. There's a lot of blank when I talk, so you can fill in the blanks. But one of the things I was talking to Mike Fowler about, and he's with the club as well, is the fact that, we, ever since we started this show on the station, it's been aimed at trying to get kids involved and keep the antique car hobby going, and certainly that extends into the truck side of it as well. But one of the things that I keep wondering and worrying about, and I hate this term, but you go to a school, a public school particularly, and you go to their history book, and they've rewritten history, which I didn't know history could be rewritten, but it seems as though today, and I guess, do people appreciate, my question is, as you go to shows, as you do stuff with the club and so forth, do people appreciate and understand the importance of the pickup, the importance of the farm truck, the importance of the 18-wheeler that have literally made our country? If, we had the railroads transporting, but that's still, every place didn't have a railroad spur. So it took the big rigs coming and going cross country, and it also took the smaller rigs to take care of the farmer. But do people, in your opinion, appreciate that? I heard the answer in the background there.
Yeah.
Now, my associates that are here are too sophisticated, and I'm sure you are too. But as a kid, my sister and I would be in the back of the station wagon as we were going cross country or something, and my dad would pass an 18-wheeler, and we would give them the pole sign to blow their air horns as we went by them. I'm too sure y'all are too sophisticated to have ever done something like that, but
You want to bet?
there you
On
go.
the best of them.
That's it. But you know, and I've noticed too, and this is not knocking I truck drivers make our country, but there used to be almost I don't know, like they'd flash their lights when you could go around them if it was night. They'd flash their trailer lights when it was safe to pass, or after you'd gotten by them, and they said they'd flash their lights that you could pull in front of them. And, you know, there just seemed to be a different something. I think I was just, yeah.
There's lunch.
Yep.
We haven't fried or?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Another interesting thing, this week's Wall Street Journal on Wednesday, they have a feature vehicle. And there's been a 1945 Ford pickup in this family since day one. And now second or third generation has restored this truck. And I did not realize that they were building pickup trucks in 1945.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Why wouldn't they?
yeah.
Well, the war.
Well, no, in fact, my grandfather's lumberyard, I brought up the fact of the old International 4 in the
Yeah,
floor
yeah.
International. And
With the granny gear.
yeah. But anyway, we're going to have to stop and take a break. Michael, we'll be back with you right after this.
Well, then, what you're telling me is they built pickup trucks all through the war.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure they would have to.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, I know they built deuce and a quarters. We know that. Or deuce and a half. Deuce and a quarter was a Buick.
And then everybody.
Michael, you okay?
Everybody
All
was
righty,
making
we'll be back
something.
to you in just a couple of minutes.
Because they were probably considered essential.
Yeah.
And I know that Packard made cars, some during World War
Staff
II.
cars.
Yeah, were during World War II.
Yeah.
Most of them were Packards.
Yeah.
Like like the one that ran over Hatton.
There's still questioning whether that was.
My father still, to his dying day, said that damn head seller killed him.
Remember the old Hudson pickup?
Oh yeah, that's what we were just
Oh,
talking
Yeah,
about.
the odd looking one. There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of
the
odd
ugliest.
looking. I think they're cool looking.
Didn't even look like a pickup, really.
Yeah. Well, I thought maybe you might have, in all the stuff you've had, you might have collected a pickup.
No, I never owned one. Never had a use for one.
Okay, coming back. And we're back on America's Web Radio and the Classic Car Show. Is Michael, is that chicken going to be fried or broiled or barbecued? Ah,
Okay. Let's go back to an earlier thing. You were talking about a winter show in Florida. Where in Florida and when, please? That's great.
you know, with that being said, I want to mention the fact that this show is being archived. Right now, it's live on YouTube. It's live on Facebook Live, and will be archived Monday. And you can go to our website, or you can go to YouTube and subscribe, and then download the show again and listen to it as many times as you want. And Michael, you all are welcome to do with whatever you want to with it. If you want to download it and put it on your website or do whatever, but it will be available, and it's available or will be available at any and every one of the known podcast servers in the country. We will download it to them on Monday as well. So folks that are listening, they want to hear a replay, or if they didn't get a chance to listen to it live, they can go to YouTube, iTunes, any of the popular podcast servers. So with that being said, let's get back to Michael and talking about trucks.
Right.
There's just something about, in my opinion, the old Ford pickup with and where they didn't have the rounded corners, they were the square fenders sort of, or the
You're talking about the F1s,
yeah, I guess.
Michael? Michael? Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
neat.
That's nice. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Now nobody at this table can appreciate it. Like back in the 1960s, the early 60s to mid 60s, one of the big things out in Texas and in the cotton country and really all across the country, farmland and ranch land, was what was in the rear window. What came about that every farmer, every cattleman had their shotgun or rifle hanging on the rifle racks.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see what people would think today.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or people on motorcycles.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, we used to call it a varmint rifle. When my uncle had his farm, and he had, I think it was a 30-30 or some.
Yeah, they all had
Lever
you see
action.
lever actions when you get away from the city where I grew up.
Yeah, the thing is, people didn't realize that, and I ruined a couple of shotguns, leaving them on rifle racks because the sun just tore the hell out of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
And the weather tore the hell out of the bluing, and the sun tore the hell out of the
Yeah.
wood, out of the stock and stuff. So I actually quit carrying because it was tearing up my weapons.
Michael, let me ask you a question. This is a thing. It was just an article in the AACA magazine, or maybe it was Model A magazine, where people take a car and they were able to buy a pickup bed and slide it into their trunk.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
that be considered a truck in your club? I just wonder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you had to be a hick if you drove a pickup. You know, you were a hick.
Well, there's a big, the National Tow Truck Museum is in Chattanooga, and that's an interesting place to visit too.
Yeah. And we've interviewed them.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And they even have like a Packard wrecker.
Yeah. With a big solid wheels.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I didn't know Packard even made that kind of stuff.
Okay, Michael, talking about what we were just a second ago about people driving pickups, and my sophisticated CPA son, CFO son, he always drives a pickup. But how many women are in your club? And more women are driving pickups. This statement's probably going to get us in or get me in a lot of trouble anyway. But you pass an 18-wheeler and you look back and you see that it's a lady driving it. That's sort of like stepping on a 747, and the lady that greets you at the door, you find out she's not an airline stewardess, as they used to call them. She's the pilot. And then you sort of take a deep breath and go find your seat right quick and strap in.
Yeah, I hope the door's locked on the station here.
Yeah. Michael, I like it at Hershey with the trucks becoming more and more popular. How about flea market people and parts and stuff at the big swap meets? You know, like at Hershey, which is the biggest. What do you guys are finding there?
That's interesting.
Yeah, that you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because like I said, I've never had any dealings with any other than the tow vehicles that we've had, the SUVs to pull the car trailer.
Yeah.
With stuff. What my favorite of all your Chevy trucks is the Cameo, the mid-50s. Those things are
55. Yeah.
those things are beautiful. They can't haul anything, but they're beautiful.
Oh yeah.
You know, that was a joke when I was farming, was that all the gentlemen farmers that actually didn't do a whole lot of work, but the first thing they'd buy would be the El Camino or the Ford Ranchero, wasn't it?
As long
And they couldn't do a damn thing in those. They couldn't haul a trailer. They couldn't do anything. The other thing I was going to bring up, and as long as I'm in hot water anyway, might as well stay there, is that I must say I am glad that the laws changed, but I bet all of us at one time or the other, or I know I did with my dad's pickup, love sitting in the back with the air blowing all around you in the bed of the pickup, and the law changed where you can't do that, at least enjoy, which is great. Kids shouldn't be in the back of a pickup,
dogs.
but
Yeah.
mainly kids. And I don't know, it hadn't really been that long since they changed the law, but that used to be more fun. My sister and I and our friends, and then on occasions we'd hook that pickup to a trailer with hay on it and have a big hay ride and all that kind
It's
of
like
stuff.
for us riding in Vinny's Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the
Cousin-
top down.
Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny.
Yeah. Michael, your club produces a magazine, 6 times a year or how? Okay. Are you familiar? There's a truck magazine out of Yellow Springs, Ohio that a guy writes and puts together. And I see it on the newsstand when I'm in a Barnes and Noble or something. Are you familiar with that magazine? Yes. Yeah. Ah. Oh, that's great. That says a lot about your club that the members are supporting it.
Michael, we're going to have to stop here. We're up against a hard break. We'll be back for the final segment with Michael Yarnell from the Antique Truck Club of America right after a couple of messages. Okay, Michael, we are coming up on the last segment. Anything we have missed? Okay, sure. Okay, and by the way, anytime you want to say or do anything, that's coming up a month in advance, or 2 months, 3 months, whatever the case might be, send something to me and we'll get you on.
Michael, does anybody in your club have a flatbed Ford? Do you? Okay, any of them with a pole in the bed? Like a pole out of a dance studio? Yeah.
Well, there was a girl with a flatbed Ford slowing down to take a look at me once.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're coming back.
Okay.
We're coming back. And we do thank you for listening to America's Web Radio. And we've got Michael Yarnell on the phone with us today from the Antique Truck Club of America. And Michael, you all got a winter show, right? Is that? Fantastic. And what are the tickets and
Yeah. That all of the McCunchy shows, including the antique and classic one, have a huge turnout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been there once.
Yeah. Wow.
well, okay, here's a dummy question, and I always admit to being there's always a dummy in bridge. Well, I'm the dummy at the classic car show, so I think they know more than I do. I'm pretty sure whatever is being said is probably fact. Now, let me ask something. In restoration, does it take a specialist in restoration compared to just a car registry or refurb? Does it take a different type or a different person to restore a pickup or a truck?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
So you let buses? Buses are allowed too? Does this club do anything special to try to get the younger people involved in the hobby? Because that's what I did a lot when I was on the AACA National Board in Horseless Carriage, was trying to get getting the younger people involved in the hobby. Exactly. I have a good friend that lives in Pennsylvania, and his two boys have each done a Whizzer, and now he's looking for a Model A pickup truck for the two boys to restore. He's seriously hunting one.
You know what would be fun to have is a good humor truck. And then you go out and you get the ice cream bars and you take them to a show.
There are some.
Are there?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lady that comes to ASA National Meets with one from the 50s with the
Yeah.
bell, that funny bell.
Yeah.
And she sells her stuff, ice cream for a nickel a bar till she runs out.
That's my kind of lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Wouldn't you love to have an old Bronco?
Oh yeah. Well, those are 20 grand and up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't ride horses.
That's not considered a pickup, is it, Michael? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But
See?
Can you believe how much those have gone up in value?
All that stuff, all the truck stuff.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I named my Bronco Trigger.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I got to ask, how do you view Jeeps? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
And
Yeah.
they had snorkels.
Yeah. Well. And we had a Jeep when I was in the Army. We had a Jeep or a fleet of Jeep ambulances.
Oh yeah, they
A little bigger Jeep like the Grand Wagoneer chassis, that kind of thing. But they were actually ambulances.
Yeah, I of course had some to use. They were a little different.
But anyway, it's I love trucks. Many people love trucks, and I think that I don't know what you all do historically or paper wise or handout wise or anything like this, but is there? And I'm sure Jim, you probably know this better than I. A book on American trucks?
Oh, there's a ton of them.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Randy Leffingwell's written some incredible books on them. How about your website? Tell us about your website. Technical advice. You say you had a question. So is there a area on your website for technical things? That's great. And I bet you've probably got some guys there that are still working in a truck dealership. Oh, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I run into them when I go into Navistar stores, and these guys are in their 70s and they're still there working. And those, Good for him. Well, yep. Good for him.
We got about a minute and a half. Michael, is there anything that you want to summarize for us? Does that mean I can bring my kids and we can bring ice cream cones?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's great.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay.
Love it.
Well, thank you.
Michael,
And-
it's been a treat, and you do have my email address, right? Okay, how about dropping me? Well, I think you did drop me a line. I'll be back in touch with you, and like I said on the break, if you need us or you need to announce something, don't hesitate to give us a call, and we'll get you on the classic car show again.
Please.
And
Okay.
Okay.
We
good.
enjoyed it.
now you
Thanks.
never did answer the question though. Is it going to be barbecued or fried?
Oh, that poor rooster.
Okay, all righty. Well, thank you again, Michael, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.